This is 13 News Now.
All right, take a look at those temperatures. Another cold day around the area. Thanks for watching. I'm Janet Roach.
And I'm Regina Mobley. But a big improvement from yesterday. We're seeing a double-digit rise in the temperature.
Well, Evan is tracking the winter weather, and it's going to be below freezing tonight, right, Evan?
That's right. Very soon, as the sun sets, those temperatures will fall once again. But on the plus side, it's 10 to 12 degrees warmer than yesterday, and we don't have that bitterly cold wind chill. Things will be even warmer tomorrow, and then another push of Arctic air moves in just in time to ring in 2018. So take a look at temperatures around the region. 39 degrees, one of the warmer spots in Wakefield. It's 42 in Edenton and a couple of 40s in Elizabeth City and Currituck. 36 in Norfolk, 35 in Hampton, and 31 up in Melfa on the eastern shore. As I mentioned, these temperatures are about 10 to 12 degrees above where we were this time yesterday. This is the 24-hour temperature change map, and you can see even Chesapeake is up 13 degrees, 6 degrees down in Manio. Temperatures will be dropping tonight, though not as dramatically as they have the past several nights. Notice that right now we're looking at those readings in the 30s. By 5 o'clock, about 33 degrees. By 11 o'clock, temperatures down to the 20s, and we're not going to see those strong winds, so we're not looking at those wind chills tonight. And again, temperatures will be up again tomorrow, and then that big push of some of the coldest air we've seen. As a matter of fact, this might be the coldest New Year's Day that we've seen in 100 years, going all the way back to 1918. Details on that, the 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Evan. No snow yet, but this cold can cause its own problems for drivers, with wind chills dipping into the single digits. In some places, car batteries can be a problem. Watch out if you see blue or white residue growing from your battery. You should get it checked with a mechanic before you're stuck out in the cold. Sometimes car locks just won't work if they're frozen shut, but check out this simple fix.
If your lock is frozen, no need to fret. You're going to put the sanitizer onto the key and then put the key into the lock. Man, look at that.
Awesome. Another easy fix if we do get snow. Use your floor mats to get more traction. If you're stuck in the snow, just place them behind your tires and remember to just ease on to the gas.
Developing now, a 91-year-old man is dead after his house caught fire early this morning.
Neighbors could see the smoke pouring from the home on South Key Road. 13 News Now reporter Allie Weatherton was at the home this morning.
All right, Allie, you talked to one of the victim's family members.
I talked to the 90-year-old Ralph Saunders' daughter. She says firefighters found her father just feet away from the front door. She believes he was trying to escape. This is video from the scene. The home sits right off of Route 58 and South Key Road in Suffolk. When firefighters got there, they saw heavy smoke coming from the back near the kitchen. In the last hour, the Suffolk Fire Marshal's office has ruled the cause of the flames to be accidental. They believe Saunders was using a stove to heat the flammable materials. Neighbors say Saunders lived in the same house for years. He even raised kids there. They say he always sat on the porch and watched cars drive by. And I can tell you by talking with neighbors, they'll deeply miss him.
Good Christian man, one that I like to sit and chat with.
Up at 13 News Now at 5, hear more about the victim and how a passerby alerted neighbors about the fire. Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.
As Allie just mentioned, the cause of that fire is under investigation, but this time of year we see a big uptick in fires, especially deadly ones. The Electrical Safety Foundation reports nearly 40% of home fire deaths happen between December and February. As you might imagine, fires from cooking, heating, and open flames all go up during the holidays, and on average, more than 400 homes are damaged because of Christmas trees or holiday lights that burst into flames.
2 men sit in jail slapped with felony charges following a dramatic crime spree in Norfolk. Last night, a woman told police someone robbed her at gunpoint on Keller Avenue. Later on, police spotted a car that matched the given description. When they tried to stop the car, the driver took off and ended up at a dead end on La Villette Avenue. Police say they caught the suspects in a marsh just north of the Virginia Zoo. Edwin Horn and Eugene Hammond are charged with felonies. All right, several new developments in the hotly contested 94th District House of Delegates race today. We've learned the State Board of Elections has set another date to draw the winner of the tied race.
Democrat Shelley Simons and Delegate David Yancey have exactly the same amount of votes. This while Simons is taking the issue back to court. 13 News Now investigative reporter Laura Geller breaks down the details.
Well, guys, this afternoon, the chair of the State Board of Elections said the drawing to break the tie in the House District 94th race will take place on January 4th. That's only if the state court system does not intervene first. Today, lawyers for Republican Delegate David Yancey filed their response to Simon's request for judges to reconsider their ballot decision, which led to this tie. Simons wants the court to reverse its ruling, which counted one disputed ballot in Yancey's favor, and then ultimately name her the winner. Republican leaders say Democrats are trying to delay the process.
Virginia law lays out a clear process to resolve issues. They've ignored that process and sought to litigate their way to victory and to try this case in the court of public opinion versus what the law says.
You might wonder why both Democrats and Republicans are fighting so hard for this one seat. Well, that's because it could decide the balance of power for the entire House and ultimately what gets done during session. We'll tell you what Republicans had to say about that new at 5. Laura Geller, 13 News Now.
All right, if David Yancey wins, Republicans will keep their majority, albeit a slim one. The GOP will have 51 delegates to the Democrats' 49. On the other side, if Simons wins, the House will have a dead tie at 50-50. The last time that happened was about 20 years ago in the late 1990s, and there's no tiebreaker in the Virginia House. In theory, legislation could be in gridlock for the next 2 years.
President Trump sat down with the New York Times Thursday at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. He's showing a much different attitude toward Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. ABC News reporter Gloria Riviera is in Washington with some of the insights.
President Trump long labeling the Russia investigation a witch hunt.
I didn't make a phone call to Russia. I have nothing to do with Russia. Everybody knows it.
But now in an impromptu interview with the New York Times, the president offering a different view of the investigation and special counsel Robert Mueller. It doesn't bother me. There's been no collusion, but I think he is going to be fair.
I think Donald Trump defines that he trusts Bob Mueller in the way that he says, as long as he finds me innocent or my family innocent. If Bob Mueller starts getting close to Jared Kushner or Donald Jr. or the president, I think Donald Trump's tune will vastly change.
The president also reversing course on his China stance, saying he has been soft on China, but now he is reprimanding the country for, he claims, sending oil to North Korea with this warning. If they don't help us with North Korea, then I do what I always said I would do.
I don't think the president wants to get in a trade war. I don't think he wants to get in a situation where he pushes back too hard on China.
He is pushing back on criticism his administration is not working well with Democrats, saying, we started taxes and we don't hear from the Democrats. You know, we hear BS from the Democrats.
The president saying in the new year he hopes to work with Democrats on bipartisan legislation to overhaul health care, improve infrastructure, and other issues. Gloria Riviera, ABC News, Washington.